With this new film, we'll try and take it to a real extreme, to the point that, you know, you'd be weighing equipment, trying to save an ounce here, save an ounce there, like.
But the most important thing, like, it might sound like it's easy to just drop in and film with a family in Mongolia, or drop in and follow a street dog in Santiago, but we had to have a person, a translator, a researcher in every single one of those places. Yeah. We didn't just drop in and start filming.
Because with language and also cultural sensitivities and just understanding. And I think we would start with, you asked, I think earlier, like, you know, how serendipitous are these stories? Many of them, we would sort of reach out to people because we had a concept of a story that maybe we'd read something on the internet. But one thing we've also learned is that, like, a description of a street dog in Santiago written in English on the internet is going to have this sort of like Westerners perspective thrown over the top, and that we wanted to really hear the story through, like, is this true? Are there street dogs that are actually cared for?
Yeah, so we would get, you know, maybe read a story, get a lead, but the first thing we would do is then reach out to people in those communities and talk to people on Zoom, or, you know, have a phone call and then actually learn what the reality is for people living in that place.
And we'd sort of pick all sorts of people that we would work with, often young filmmakers or
photographers,
journalists.
In Chile, we worked with a girl who runs street tours in Santiago. We figured we want to tell a story about a street dog. Let's find someone whose life is spent, you know, on the streets telling stories. In Mongolia, great example. We had a connection, an Australian living in Mongolia, working there as a teacher. We got in touch with her and said, hey, we're interested in coming out. And she's like, yep, my Mongolian boyfriend can be your translator. He'll take you out to his friends in the countryside, and, you know, there you go.
Yeah, so we owe a lot to, and a section can really can live or die on how good your translator, because, you know, it's just the two of us and the subject, often in very isolated environments, and then there's one other person. And there was one country we were in once where the translator like had some sort of chip on their shoulder, was in a bad mood or something, and it just infected everyone, because the subjects thought that we were angry with them, we thought the subjects were angry with us, and it was just one angry guy in the middle. So that's the rare exception. That's like one outlier. And I think especially on We Don't Deserve Dogs, we just had, you know, like, I think the people we were working with were so inspired by the story and the people that they were meeting, that just sort of snowballed into lots of good energy all around.
Yeah, and having a good translator is critical to building that trust with your subjects, you know. So we were really lucky with We Don't Deserve Dogs. We had some amazing translators.